Hello everyone. This is Mimi from Mimi's Crafty Shop. Welcome to my channel. I have a couple of journals that I want to share with y'all today. These are something kind of different for me. It is October, and a lot of times I will do the Halloween traditional junk journals or kits or whatever I'm doing. But this time I decided to do something more Gothic, kind of medieval, kind of more of the darker, rich tone colors. And so I found some beautiful digitals from Ink and Page at her Etsy store. And the name of the digitals I used is The Raven, Midnight Gothic, and Gothic Novel. These beautiful appliques that are on the front of these journals, I got them from Mary, not Martha. And the paper pad I used was from Hobby Lobby, and it's absolutely gorgeous. I love it, and it's called Moody Floral. So if you really love the rich tones, this is a wonderful one. You can get it, half price every other week. So I want to get started on these, and I have two here. One is more of a purple theme, and the name I put on this is called Gothic Midnight Raven Journal. And there's a beautiful lady on the front of both of these. I will show you here in a minute when I take my closure off, that she put with the kit. And so that inspired me. And also I've been watching the show on Netflix called Empress, and the colors just really spoke to me. Watching that, I thought they were so beautiful, and I love the rich tones and stuff, and a navy or indigo colors that are the blues is one of my favorites. So I am going to set the purple one over here first, and I'm going to start on this one. Okay, this is I made this beautiful dangle tassel here, and I put all kinds of different ribbons in it and eyelash trims. Got a couple of charms on there. It's removable, and also this beautiful little jeweled, excuse me. This came from a lady that we bought some stuff from at a craft store. She was going out of business. And so my mom and I bought some of these. I actually had some, but she also gave me some. I didn't realize I had them. And so I put a magnet on the back, and then this is one of those filigrees to put the pretty charm on there. So you could take it off if you wanted to write and stuff. The closure, there was a jacket that I bought from a resale shop, and I used it to make this closure. And you'll see when I open it up. And see, isn't that a beautiful, that lady on there is just gorgeous. I love her beautiful hair, and she's just gorgeous. I love the look. So I layered it with real pretty satin navy blue and just different textures of blues and stuff. And then this actual journal is made out of some really pretty, I actually got this, you're gonna laugh, this was a bed skirt that my husband had bought for one of our beds, and we don't use the bed skirts. So I said, well, I'm gonna use that material because I knew it would be a good base for a journal. So I'm gonna show you this closure here I made right quick. I took and put some velvet navy blue ribbon, and then this pretty gold sari silk trim on there. It's got this beautiful applique, which I just love it. I think it's so gorgeous. And I took and sewed this pretty gold button on there. You can see the back of this. This is actually part of that pretty jacket I used. And then I also did a buttonhole here. This is just a little dangle charm that I made up and put some glossy accent on it. This has got one of those mulberry roses on it, and I put a little bit of sparkle in there, some glitter. So let me get started. I'm gonna take this little jewel off of there so it's not moving around. And I'm gonna make sure I'm in frame. Sorry, I have to climb up here and see. I'm kind of short. Okay, I hope there's not too much of a glare. For some reason, the sun this time of year is a little off for me. I did want to show y'all this little pocket thing that I put on the side, on the inside of the book, I actually made that using these square Kleenex boxes. So very interesting how, you know, I just folded it up and cut the sides off, but it just turned out really cute, I thought. Just I decorated it up, and I cut the this picture here of this lady. She's got wings on her, and then she just kind of so medieval Gothic to me. And I have all kinds of pretty stuff in here, little ephemera that I stuck in there. I made it like a 3-tiered pocket thing. Oh my goodness, I can get that back in there. Sometimes stuff doesn't want to go back in the same way it came out. And then here's part of the kit. It's got Raven on it. So I love this little owl picture. I've used this before, and I had to put him in there, so I did just a little belly band there, and it says Hollowed Gothic. And I tried not to make this very, not Christmassy, but Halloween, because, you know, you can, if you like these rich tones, you can use this any time of the year. But just very beautiful, moody color flowers. And then these are some postcards that I had and some ephemera that I tea-dyed up. Just made a pocket out of that floral paper pad. But it's just absolutely beautiful, this paper. It's just lovely. And I did leave a lot of pages here that you can do some journaling on if you're a journaler. This is actually a vintage bird book that I used, just some more vintage papers. This is a postcard that I just kind of layered up and put that beautiful applique of flowers on there. I think, you know, right here, I must have lost one of my paper clips, because I was like, that's not normal that I leave that like that. I did some gesso on here. I mixed it with acrylic paints and used some stenciling. This, I think, came from, I think, Calico Collage. She had this right here had a lot of pretty moss on it, so I got that from one of her Halloween kits previously. And these are just some little side pockets that came with the kit, little side pocket tags, and some more of my vintage ephemera that I like to print out and make it look super old. It's really pretty. I did some mixed media painting with some stencils and stuff one day, and so I always sometimes use that in my kits, my journals. All right, let me see. Make sure that y'all can see good. I'm gonna pull that back. Yeah, like that. Okay, this right here is another little collage I made up, and also I put some feathers on there. And I love doing these collages using different color of materials and whatnots. This is a removable little, I don't know if you could see that or not. It's like a heart with a crown on it. I got these from Joann's, I think. And another beautiful page. Here is a paper clip that I embellished and made up, which was so, I made up a whole bunch of them one day. I was so proud of myself. A little snippet I put on the tags, just more of that beautiful kit. And these are actually, I had gone online and found some kind of Victorian, dark looking mansions that kind of, and castles. So I printed those out. I thought that kind of looked good with the theme. So I really like those. Like I said, that Netflix show, if you haven't seen it, it's called The Empress. Very good. I think they do speak in another language, but they have somebody speaking English, so you can kind of understand it a little better. But it does seem to be from another country. More of those ephemera. And of course, I have tons of stuff in here because I overexcel when it comes to putting things in my journals. I kind of get carried away and just put so much stuff in here. So definitely, if you wanted to take some of it out and use it elsewhere, that would be a great idea, but especially if you like to journal a lot. But see, like those pages there, you could journal on. Well, I'm from Texas, so we have been having some really dry, unusual weather. It's been very windy here, and had a little cool weather last week. More of that gesso with acrylic paints. That's fun to do if you haven't tried that. I really kind of was experimenting, and it worked out really good. So here is that beautiful lady. I call her Miss Raven because I thought it went with theme, and that's the name I picked and chose for her. I love to name my journals. Another beautiful ephemera, and book page from a digital, I mean, not a digital, but an old book that I had. And I always try to add some vintage papers and stuff. And in here, here's a little corner that came with the kit, corner pocket. And then this is a little saying here. I'm not going to read it all, but it says, "She walks in beauty like the night." So it's really neat, and I really like this kit that from Ink and Page. And I actually got some kits from her for fall that I'm fixing to start working on, so I'm excited about that. But unfortunately, my laptop, I don't know what happened to it. It's not working right, and I have a blue screen, and I think the hard drive went bad in it, and that's where all my digitals are. So I'm hoping that I either can get all my stuff off of there. You know, I don't know if it's all backed up to the iCloud or not, and I really don't understand all that stuff, but anyway, I think I overloaded its brain or something. And look at that castle there. Isn't that gorgeous? I love actually putting snippets of material and just making a little collage down there, kind of sticking out of the journals. I'm trying to slow down a little bit because the last time I made some videos, people complained that they were too fast. I was going too fast, so I thought, well, I'm just going to slow down, and you can fast forward through it if you don't want to watch all of it, you know, because some people enjoy the slower videos. So another one of those little, that lady there, and then I had these paper clips here. I took and did the same thing, kind of wrapped paper around them. These are fun to do if you haven't ever done that. You wrap paper around it, and then you just glue it on there, and then you just put some snippets of stuff on there, and then just put it on one of these bull clips. So that's fun. You know, there's so many neat ideas, and I'm on Instagram, and that's absolutely my favorite thing to look at because you can get some really great ideas, and there's so many beautiful ladies that are just overwhelm me with they're just beautiful. Love this picture right here. See, she has a little dark green on, the two little kids by her. And this, I'm trying to think what person I got this from, but she does really pretty on her 3x5. So I've been getting some of those from her. I like the collage look. And I like the black roses. I thought that looked really good with it. That lady again. And then I put in here some of the applique. And it's just put on there with those little sticky things so you can take it out and use it somewhere else if you want to. Another tag and pocket and some more vintage ephemera. And then this is another one of her kits. I'm not for sure. This might be the Gothic novel one. And this here, again, I used the gesso and stencils and the acrylic paints I made up me some pretty wax seals, and this is just an envelope that I had, one of those craft envelopes, and these are actually little index cards, and I did the same technique on them, so I thought that turned out really neat. And just kind of, I use this stuff here. Let me get it right quick. It's called gliding polish, and it's called Pearl Luster Gilding Polish, excuse me. I got this from Amazon, so it's what made that kind of glossy look on there. So that's another idea, things to do. Got that idea from Lori, Girl on the Ridge, I think, a long time ago. There's another postcard, beautiful vintage paper in there from a book or a magazine, I'm not sure which. But I just used that faux vintage tape. And this here is a corrugated box there that it's actually it's not from a box, but it's from corrugated paper that I got from Amazon. But I got a whole bunch of different colors. I love using that corrugated stuff. I actually painted some purple. I didn't really end up using it in here, but this was actually something that I used my acrylic paints on and just painted it up. And, you know, you just take and you know, tear it. And you can just make a little snippet with it. See how pretty that is on a page? So that's an idea of another thing to do. And I have 3 signatures in this beautiful book here that I made. Another one of those scary mansions, and then that's Raven snippet on it. Ephemera, beautiful moody floral. Did a little embossing and did a little collage here. But I think they all have like about 135 pages in both of them, front and back. What is this? I don't know where that came from. Maybe it came out of this. Sometimes when you're messing with your books a whole lot, the ephemera kind of wants to fall out of your stuff. And on right here, I just curled this back for the pocket, so that'd be easier to get it in and out of. Okay, I gotta get this back in there right. That bothers me. Another one of those. I don't know who I got this from. I'm trying to think. So pretty. And then these feathers came with the kit, and I just fussy cut those out. Oh my goodness, here's my other owl. I love him. He is such a cutie. Love that. It's on an old dictionary page. And this is actually ledger paper. It's German. It's wrote in German. And I put this little butter moth on there and did some stickles on there. I've used stickles in quite a few places, but here's another of the little booklet made up. Isn't that cute? I just love it. And then here I just took a whole bunch of little tags and stuff and these numbers and just punched a hole in them and stuck them on the side for added decoration. And this was just part of one of the pages that I had extra. Isn't that gorgeous though? I just love this. And I took some wax and just kind of melted it on the page here. I thought that was kind of cool to do that. So I was trying to experiment a little bit with some different stuff. This is a little saying that she had. It says, "How beautiful the silent hour when morning and evening thus sit together hand in hand beneath the starless sky of midnight." She had a lot of things that were sayings that were from books that, you know, and this is a transfer here on some ledger paper. So I tried to put those in there too. I thought that, and this was actually, I have a book, like a drawing book, and I thought that was real cool how, you know, he he had such beautiful handwriting, the guy that made this drawing book. I'm not for sure the name of it, but I've got several of them. It's mainly about trees, drawn trees. Really pretty, and that's a beautiful little tag. And it says, as far as we can discern, the sole purpose of human existence is to kindle a light in the darkness of mere being. So I'm sure that's another quote from a famous author. And this here is beautiful. I love that. Isn't that paper gorgeous? Oh my gosh. This I made out of a paper bag. And I stuck it in there because I made it quite some time ago, but I just like the darkness. You know, it's black, the black and the beige colors. And it's got a little pocket here, and then inside it has something. And then I love that paper doll in the front. That lady, she just looked very Gothic to me. So, put that there. Let me stick that back on there. And there's just a little button. I put like a little buttons on the end of that. And there's another one of those ledger papers, and then the little feather vintage castle that's made to look kind of Gothic looking. Another little notebook that you can write in. I did some stenciling. Some more vintage like ephemera. And this I made up just the other day. I actually map color all this in, and then just put some of these colored dyed papers in here, which I thought were really pretty. And some more of that German ledger. And then this is one of those coin pockets, and I think I have something inside, just some little folded up tags you can write on there. And Henry Wadsworth Longfellow. So that's probably the name of one of the authors she used. And she did have them all together, but when I cut it all out, I got mine kind of separated. So this right here I made out of vellum. I took some of the, oh, it's got something on it. I took some of the, oh my goodness, my wax thing broke. Well, that's not good. I'll have to fix that. That's probably because I got it too thin on that end. But anyway, I made it with some of the kit that she had and just printed it out. I love doing that. And this is just a paper that you can write on, do whatever. It's really pretty. I'll see if I can fix that little wax seal. I may have to put a new one on there. I wish that hadn't happened, but I'll leave it out so I'll remind myself to fix that. That happens sometimes. This little tag I made up, so cute. And then this is a vintage postcard that actually from the French Riviera. I buy some French ephemera from her. So I have a little pocket up here and another one of those beautiful cards. And I made this one out of rice paper. And my mom actually gave me this rice paper. So I printed out the feathers on here. And I think I must have tea-dyed it because I know it didn't look like that to begin with. And here, this is another one of those, that lady that I was telling y'all about. I'm going to get her name and make sure and add it. But she has some really pretty, like I said, 3x5 papers, like cardstock type looking ephemera. Okay, so this one here is very beautiful. And it will be for sale in my Etsy store. And then I've got this other one